base damage. It's just too much magic damage, and they need someone that can fight this. And I think Wukong's actually pretty up there with a decent choice. We've seen Wukong be pretty hit or miss so far in the LCK, but it helps their comp. Urgot's even more fun, personally.
I love it into this matchup, too.
I wouldn't mind Gangplank either. Just something that can punish what the Cho'Gath is going to be doing.
He's just gonna go Scion anyways.
Just doing it anyway. Okay, that's fine.
I mean, that's what Gen.G wanted. That's why they picked this Cho'Gath here, and that's what they expected. You know, even though it's going to be, it feels like a weird matchup to pick, but it's still very successful, even though the laning phase is very difficult, and Cho'Gath is a great response.
So I guess he doesn't really feel that nerf quite as much in a teamfight setting. It will, of course, affect
the lane,
how vs.DK is going to go in the laning phase, but against Victor, I don't think you're going to be too worried in the early game anyways.
Yeah, for Gen.G, it's about getting second place. Here we go. Here's some action. All I had to do was say there wasn't any.
And for Rascal, it's about staying alive, and he's not going to. Yep, he has Flash available, but he's not going to use it because he's well and truly dead. And First Blood goes over to Canyon. Herald should be taken here. I think is actually very important for Damwon, because last time when they got Herald and they managed to accelerate Jinx even further with it, that was where things got really scary. So this time, Damwon Ki are going to be able to take the eye without too much of a response, but Beryl, unfortunately, just going to throw his life away here. Doesn't find the body slam, and this is game one. Beryl back again.
Yeah, and this should be a potential Drake as well. You know, based on the lack of vision that there was. Okay, hold that thought.
Oh dear. Gravity Field does some work, but the hook is going to connect as well, and Showmaker not going to be able to trade back anything on this one as Canyon comes on over, looking to try and put the Udyr asleep as vs.DK comes in, doesn't pull the trigger as the bowling ball connects, but only lands onto life.
These exchanges, right? They're losing a lot of farm. He's 20 CS down now, in fact, which is how this happens. Canyon wants to further this top lead.
Yep, Canyon gonna pick up a bit of turret aggro as Shelly just bonks her noggin into this one. Not sure whether they're gonna be able to take down this turret just yet, as Rascal's just trying to be a bully. Get them out of the way here.
So unfortunate for Canyon and Khan. Like everything just going a little bit slightly wrong. Canyon almost has his sleep. The turret's almost down. Bowling ball does connect this time.
Yeah, no one's coming to save him here as Canyon's going to have to flash. The feast goes off. Unfortunately, not quite enough there as Rascal's still going to flash. And this turret... And I think, like, if we do get into a fight that is going to break out, eyes need to be on Beryl. How much can he disrupt this? How much can he stop Life from having that value with his Lantern? Because this is the change between the comp. Is, yeah, vs.DK off towards the side. Khan is going to pick him up. And now it feels like Damwon Kia can just lock this one down. But Klid's going to make it a 50-50. It's not going to be the case as there's the cars. And now Damwon Kia are going to back away. I think that's a really smart idea. The Guardian there onto Life as a teleport in. This is Gen.G desperately wanting to lock this one down. Should be able to do so. Flame Chompers coming on in. They ignore the gravity field as that's a great hook to come out from Live. As it's Showmaker that's being closed in on. No Chomp actually. Oh no, Rascal did in fact use it. As he's going to have to flash out now as vs.DK. Emperor's Divide flashed from everyone as Beryl trying to get back forward. Ghost not wanting any part of this though, as now Beryl, they're chasing him down. Life in a bit of trouble, and he's baiting beautifully with his stopwatch. Ghost will survive the rupture into a hook combo. Looked like it could have been beautiful, but it does get a flash. Still worth, you'd probably say, is Gen.G. As Gen.G looking for Cloud Soul Point, and Damwon Kia just going to let him have it. And I'm going to, throw out another apology because that could have been a team fight. It had been a good dragon, but unfortunately not so much that he didn't actually go for it. As here he goes this time around. The Lantern now on cooldown as he's drifting on forward. Rascal just stands in front of him. Decent knock up there, but the hook is going to come down. Khan gets a huge shield from his Gargoyle Stone Play, but it's just not enough. The amount of shred that they have for this Scion is absolutely massive.
Busted. Oh my god. Atlas. This was desperation upon desperation.
Well, Beryl's going to go in, tries to throw down the cast, but the Emperor's Divide hits too. It's beautifully done. It's a double kill. No stealing for the Jinx this time around, as Ruler is going to get the value he was looking for. And Gen.G, they have made almost their version of what Damwon Kia did to them in game two.
The Scion coming through with Rascal, he just steps in front of it, and then they also just send Klid to block the sleep potentially so they can continue to push forward. So both engage tools are eliminated instantly, and going to see Canyon try to maybe steal this away, but he doesn't even have his sleep available.
He does have the flash, so he's going to flash on in, but Feast is one hell of an ability. So it's never going to work out as yet. Canyon is making it into his Zhonya's, but it's not going to be enough here as Khan also once again going to be taken down. A double kill for Ruler. Siege minions set up. Not a lot of answer here. As you can see, it's that range question mark that we had for games 1, game 2. The team with the most range won the game. And Damwon needs to show us why it was ignored here in the draft in game number 3. That first Nexus turret is going to go down. The little boot comes out from Kleedu. Doesn't have a lot of mana, but the Kaiser is just destroyed. The knock-up onto Showmaker as well as the Gargoyle Stoneplate makes Rascal nigh unkillable. A double kill for the Jinx now as she's getting excited. A beautiful hook from Life here as well as Jinx grabs a triple. Could it be the Penta as the quadra kill? Already Canyon running for the hills and the Super Mega Death Rocket sails by.
Klid, he wants more here. He didn't get the Penta, but he's looking for the kill. Denied by the Nexus. Estimated Gen.G in this series based on their drafts. They didn't see this one coming. And this is a weakness that's been exposed for any team that will actually have to face Damwon Kia in the playoffs, potentially, and for the rest of the regular season. Although now Damwon Kia don't have a ton to play for. They're already first. They lost their winning streak, but Jinx, once again, Ruler, you give him this much space, and he's going to do it. He's going to do the damage, and unfortunately for Ghost on this Kai'Sa pick, he is hell-bent on picking every game, is just zoned out of relevancy in this game completely.
Absolutely, entirely. This was bot diff pretty considerably. I think Ruler has been playing amazingly, and I don't think it matters which series you look at. Even in the games that Gen.G lose, Ruler is still super good. And proving it yet again here today against Damwon Kia. Damwon always had a bit of a problem with Gen.G, based on the fact that Gen.G plays through their bottom lane so effectively, even when they don't actively play through their bottom lane, because Life and Ruler are just so good.
Gen.G got their first round revenge, and they stopped Damwon Kia's run in order to break their own record. And we had a very similar draft, just like game number 1. Orianna has been replaced to Azir, and then it was actually a counter pick into Victor. So we also want to point out that in game number 1 they wanted to empower Jinx with that Orianna pick, but in game number 3 this time around, Gen.G was looking for some stronger teamfight ability with their Azir as their last pick. I think Gen.G with their Cho'Gath and Azir pick in the second rotation of the pick, I think they were looking for some mind game over here, because even though they didn't see Sion yet, they still locked in Cho'Gath first, and then Khan actually did answer back with Cho'Gath, because there were not many options left for the top lane pick for Khan. Maybe Damwon Kia could have answered back with GP into Cho'Gath, but Khan wanted to stick to his Sion duty, but that was not as effective as we saw earlier in the split. Well, Zoe has been losing her priority in the mid lane in this current meta. And then Damwon Kia wanted to look for mid and late game damage output from Victor, but they were not able to quite pull it off effectively in this game, and Gen.G was having a very smooth game so far in game number 3. We could see the amount of sustainability of these players in the last game. So we want to point out the comp difference, or the combat power difference between two teams. So let's take a look at this first highlight where Gen.G was able to win fight really well. After Gen.G got that Herald, Thresh was able to connect his hook onto Victor. And it was really difficult for Damwon Kia to react to it, because they didn't have enough vision to have heads up for that play. However, still, we also can state that Damwon Kia, they were having some positional error over there, because Gen.G had a huge priority for that Herald fight, but still they were a little bit overextended, which costed them the Herald and also the turrets. After game number 1, Damwon Kia, maybe they were, they were focused on the comp that Gen.G had. Maybe be careful with the Orianna Shockwave, but still Gen.G also we can say they had feedback as well. They knew that their game #1 comp was super strong, especially during team fights. They were able to execute that comp once again. Now let's take a look at this second highlight where Gen.G was able to have a very easy team fight in general. We also want to point out the vision difference over here, and Cyan was actually just running onto Rascal, a very tanky member inside of Gen.G. And Jinx and Azir are the champions and DPS that actually can find a meaningful amount of damage onto the enemy tank as well. And let's take a look at this Hamon Kia's vision here. When Khan's zombie finally died, they only had vision on BDD, the Azir. So Showmaker gets hit by the Rupture, and then we saw a miracle hook onto Kaisa. Actually goes towards almost getting his ult go off, but Life was able to connect his hook onto that flying Kaisa. It was we can say that was a team play because Gen.G, basically they were looking for that hook into Rupture combo, but somehow Kaisa got caught, but still Gen.G was looking for some secured combo over there. And comp was a comp, but still Gen.G, we also want to point out that Gen.G came back super strong after losing their last series, and POG will go over to Life on Thresh. This person knows how to play Thresh. No, I mean, I'm wondering why he had not been playing this so far, because he becomes super relevant to the game, especially with this pick. And prior to this play, they were able to get a kill onto Gragas, so Thresh was able to roam around the map freely. And that long hook connecting on the Victor was so critical. It also stopped Showmaker from getting scaled, because he even had a rough game before to that point of the game, but because he got caught because of that hook for multiple times, he was not able to hit the power spike that Hamon Kia was looking for in that game. And Jinx Thresh combo is having a 100% win rate today. So we also have to keep that in mind, that this duo is so effective in the current meta. And because all 5 players showed a great teamwork, I think all the players were able to pick up some of the POG votes as well.